While nearly every religion has a text which it considers sacred, not every sacred text is equal in nature, composition, transmission, and use. Nabeel Qureshi reveals this in No God But One, Allah or Jesus, his investigation of the evidence for Islam and Christianity. In the book's thought-provoking, revealing comparison between the Quran and the Bible, Qureshi exposes 7 important differences between these texts. Both scriptures are considered holy to their people, certainly, but their uses are different, their histories are different, and indeed, their very natures are understood differently. 1. The Quran is the jewel of Islam. In 2011, the burning of a Quran by a Florida pastor incited violence, even though a few years prior the U.S. government incinerated a cache of Bibles in Afghanistan without incident. Why the different responses? Qureshi says, the answer lies, at least partly, in the fact that the Quran has a different place in the hearts and minds of Muslims than the Bible does in the hearts and minds of Christians. The traditional Muslim reverence for the Quran is almost inestimable. 104, 105. 2. The Quran is viewed as the eternal word of Allah. The reason why a Quran's destruction may incite violence, in part, is that Muslims understand the Quran's very nature different from how Christians understand the Bible. As Qureshi explains, the Quran is the closest thing to God incarnate within Islam. Its place in Islamic theology is that of Jesus in Christian theology, 269. This is a significant difference between the two religions, for Christians believe the Bible was inspired by God within history. The Bible is not eternal as Jesus is eternal. 3. The Quran is understood as God's literal words. Since Muslims believe the Quran is an eternal expression of Allah, they do not think that the Quran was written by men in any sense. It is the very speech of Allah, inscribed on a heavenly tablet, from which it was read by Gabriel and dictated to Muhammad, 1:6. Rather than this word being inspired in the Christian sense, Muslims believe the Quran to be revealed. Allah revealed it piecemeal to Muhammad, dictating it through the angel Gabriel. Muhammad had nothing to do with shaping the text, he only relayed it. 1:6. The Quran is one genre. The literary genres within the Bible and Quran reveal some stark differences. We know the Bible is diverse in its literary genres, in part because God inspired specific men to write using their own experiences and perspectives under different circumstances. Not so the Quran. It contains essentially one genre, Allah speaking to Muhammad. Although there are significant exceptions, the Quran more or less reads in the same manner throughout its text. 108. 5. The Quran's compilation was fluid. Given the nature of Arabic during Muhammad's life, the Quran was not written but orally known and by memory. Muhammad would recite the same verse multiple ways, and so would his followers. He would also cancel